University. Today, speaker to talk to us today, we have none other than Jessica Williams. She's a person that actually helps people develop their own books. And we wanted to kind of have her come on to see how you can spark that interest in developing your own piece. So I'm going to go ahead and get Jessica on the line so we can go ahead and get this evening started. Jessica, are you there?
I'm here. Hey,
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I've been pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. So, real quick, just tell everybody who you are and tell them about your brand Keen Vision as well.
Well, as he said, I am Jessica Williams. I'm the CEO of Keen Vision Publishing. Keen Vision Publishing is a one-stop shop for all of your book writing needs. We take care of writer coaching, we provide editing, and also publishing services. We are also a hub for first-time authors. So, developing first-time authors is kind of our passion. That's kind of what we love to do.
Did you create Keen Vision? Like, what sparked you to start this business and kind of jump into entrepreneurship yourself?
Well, Kevin, I've always had a love for books. I've always had a love for literature and writing, and I always thought that I would write a few books myself. So, kind of in high school, I would dibble and dabble into editing and writing and stuff. And once I got to college, I did a little bit too. As I was working. I taught for 6 years in the education field. And I don't know, I just kept feeling unfulfilled. I kept feeling like I wasn't living out to what God had planned for me to do. And so after a series of unfortunate events, I realized that it was time for me to start my own editing business. And that's where King Vision started off. And probably about a year after we did some editing for a couple of authors, college students, and stuff like that, God allowed us to evolve into a full blown publishing company. And my heart for doing it is basically because I've heard a lot about the horror stories that people experience with traditional publishing companies.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I kind of wanted to create a better way for people to get their books out there. So
Awesome,
that's it.
awesome. Yeah, and that's so true. We've worked with the King Vision so many times, worked with Jessica so many times on a lot of book projects, and we can definitely attest that this girl knows what she's doing. She's equipped with the right tools to actually get you started on a journey of making a book. So today, I just kind of want to touch a few spots on the journey of making a book. So, can you tell people how do you actually help them create a book? Because I know a lot of people that you work with. Sometimes they didn't. This is their first book. They're not actually like seasoned writers. They're not these people that just live, breathe writing. So I think it's really cool how you take people that don't ordinarily write and help them develop a vision towards what they're trying to do. Can you kind of expound upon that for our viewers?
Of course, Kevin, it is an absolutely amazing process. Where we start is, of course, with our writer coaching program. And I know you guys worked with us for our first November challenge. And so the writer coaching program, what we do is we send our clients, we send them a questionnaire about them to figure out what they're wanting to write about, to figure out the purpose behind what they're wanting to write about. The next thing we do is we help them pinpoint the who, the what, the when, the why, and the how. Like, how are they going to get this book done? And so after we do that, the next thing we do is we dive in and create a structure for the book that they're going to write. And after that, we just provide them with our accountability. We provide them our insight as they are writing their book. And so it just goes from there. So that's our Right with Ease program. There's a lot more to it, but for the sake of time, that's how we get our clients started who have a desire to write a book.
Yeah. So, for those who might be viewing, just could you tell me today, what would you tell somebody who feels like they have something to contribute to the world in the form of a book, but they're not quite sure how they should get started? Like, what's some motivation that you can kind of help them with to get started today?
Okay. I would say to anyone who has a desire to write a book or do anything that's outside of their comfort zone, I would tell them to outsource, first of all. A lot of times we get frustrated because we try to figure out or do things that is not necessarily in our lane. So I would suggest for anyone, if you have a dream or a desire to do anything that you really don't have the knowledge of, I would say outsource. Find a business coach, find a writer coach, or whatever your area is, or whatever it is that you're desiring to do. Outsource and find the people who can help you get started. As it relates to writing a book, if you have a book inside of you, understand that there is a message inside of you that God wants to get to the world. I know a lot of people hold off from writing books because they feel as though the subjects that they want to write about, other people may have already written them, or they feel like they may not get the support that they're looking for. And I want to let you know that those are not reasons for you to hold back from writing your book. So I
Correct.
want to inspire you guys by letting you know that there is someone out there waiting to hear your story, to hear your advice the way that you give it. How long are you going to allow them to wait for it? So
That's true. That's so true. Well said. Well said. So, who should write a book? Who do you think out there who should write a book? Who is book writing for?
Kevin, who shouldn't write a book? And I'm not just saying that because I'm a publisher and I want you to come and work with us, but seriously, I feel as though everyone has a story. Everyone has something that they could share, some type of advice that they can give, or some level of entertainment, because reading books are also for entertainment as well. But to kind of narrow it down a little bit, I would definitely suggest that business owners, other entrepreneurs, write books. Writing a book is a way to, number one, show that you are a professional. And number two, writing books is a great way to build revenue, especially if your business or your ministry is kind of slow in the beginning. When you go out to these workshops and when you go out to these ministry events, having a book is a great way to have a source, having a product, something to sell, and also having something to leave people with. Of course, your presence is amazing, but how awesome would it be for you to actually have a book to leave in their hands when you walk away from them? So I would highly suggest that if there are any viewers or anybody who watches this video that may interact with people a lot through public speaking, preaching, teaching, whatever it may be, you need a book in your hand, and you should already have one by now.
That's very true, very true. Book writing is definitely for anyone because we all live different lives and every person has a unique story to tell. And that's what I think is so beautiful about the programs that Jessica initiates with the November Challenge because she gives everybody that opportunity to tell that story and influence the world in their own way. So we're going to go ahead and open up for questions. So if you're out there on Facebook, go ahead and send us a message and we'll go ahead and try to read them as fast as we can. And we're going to stick with book related questions or questions about her business or the publishing process or anything at all to doing with this topic. Go ahead and give us a message and we'll be staying tuned for those messages right now. Hi, everybody. We're back. So thank you today. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for all of your time this evening. You could be anywhere, but you came out to check us out. Um, Check Keen Vision out. Go ahead and like her Facebook page, all that good stuff. If you are somebody out there that has a message to tell the world, or you're not sure how to actually tell your message, go ahead and connect with Jessica. She'll help you fine tune that vision so you can make it into an actual feasible product that can be enjoyed by the world. So until next Thursday for our Entrepreneur Spotlight, thank you for joining us. This is KTE and Kevin signing off. We'll see you next time.